Good morning, students. In last class we have discussed about de Broglie wavelength or matter waves. Any particle or any matter which is moving with velocity v, it is producing the wave that is known as de Broglie wave. He give only idea about the theory. The de Broglie wavelength is experimentally proved by two scientists called Davison and Germer. These are the two scientists who discovered the wave nature of the matter by experimental method. In this case, they are particularly taking electron as the matter. They have proved the wave nature of the electron. Now, this is the apparatus arrangement for the Davison and Germer experiment. This apparatus is consist of tungsten filament F. It is coated with barium oxide. This tungsten filament is connected to one small battery. It is called LT, means low tension battery. Here we are getting voltage up to only 10 volt. When battery is on, the current is flowing through the filament. When the current is flowing through the filament, due to heat energy, the electrons are coming out of the filament. This is the function of this filament. Now, the emitted electrons which are coming from the filament is accelerated by the high tension battery. Above there is one battery is there. This is known as high tension battery. Here we are applying the large voltage up to 100 volt. We can get the voltage up to 100 volt. Here, positive terminal of the high tension battery is connected to one cylinder, and negative terminal of the battery is connected to filament. Therefore, whenever the electron is emitted from the filament, negative will repel each other and positive will attract each other. Therefore, this cylinder is acting like the positive electrode. Therefore, the electrons are start moving towards the cylinder from the filament. Whenever these electrons are coming towards the cylinder, inside the cylinder there is one fine hole is present. The size of the fine hole is such that only one electron is entering through the cylinder. After this, it is moving through the cylinder and again it is passing through the fine hole, so that only one electron is leaving the cylinder at a time. After that, these electrons are hitting the target. It is nickel target. This material is made up of nickel. After that, it will scatter at the different angle. Here, theta is called scattering angle. Now, the electrons are scattered in all the different direction, 0 to 180 degree. In all possible direction, these electrons are scattered. The scattered electrons are collected by the movable detector. This is called movable detector. It can be moving at any angle, 0 to 180 degree. From here to here, we can easily move. After this, it is connected to galvanometer, sensitive galvanometer, so that when the electron is flowing through the galvanometer, it will show some deflection, so that we can measure the current inside the galvanometer. This is the apparatus which is used in the Davison and Germer experiment. Now, we will see how Davison and Germer do this experiment by using this instrument. Here, the Davison and Germer do this experiment by creating the electron beam. Electron beam means it is simply the electrons which are moving in the straight line. How the small ants are moving in the straight line, like that the emitted electrons are moving in the straight line. They are passing through the cylinder, they are hitting the nickel crystal and they are scattered at the different angle, and it is collected by the movable detector, and the movable detector is connected to galvanometer. The galvanometer will show deflection. Therefore, here we are measuring the current through the galvanometer and we are measuring the angle theta. Initially, the Davison and Germer performed this experiment at different potential difference. They are applying the different potential difference by using high tension battery. This experiment is performed between the potential from 44 volt to 68 volt. Initially, they are kept 44 volt constant voltage in between the cylinder and the filament, so that the electrons are excited from the filament to the cylinder. After this, they are calculating the theta value, that is scattered electron angle and the current through the galvanometer, by keeping 44 volt constant. Now again for 10 degree, what is the current? For 20 degree, what is the current? For 30 degree, what is the current? They are simply measuring like this. They collected the data. After this, they are shifted towards the 45 volt, 44 to 45. Again same observation. Again they are changing the angle, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree like this, and they are measuring the current. For 10 degree, what is the current? For 20 degree, what is the current? For 30 degree, what is the current? Like this, they are simply collecting the data or observing the data. 44 volt, 45 volt, 46 volt, like this, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, up to 68 volt. They are collecting the data in this particular experiment. When they are collecting this data, they observe one main thing, that is while doing this experiment, when voltage is equal to 54 ohm and angle, scattered angle theta is equal to 50 degree, they observe that current is maximum. Among all the observation, 44, 45, 46, 47 up to 68 volt, among all the angles, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, for this particular observation, when voltage is equal to 54 volt and angle, scattered angle theta is equal to 50 degree, they are getting maximum current in this particular experiment. By practical calculation, when theta is equal to 50 degree, if theta is equal to 50 degree, then the wavelength octave is equal to 0.167 nanometer. This is the wavelength octave when theta is equal to 50 degree. They are now calculating for the de Broglie wavelength. For de Broglie wavelength. Now, what is the expression for de Broglie wavelength? When charge Q is exerted by the potential V. Here we are taking charge Q is equal to E. Here we are accelerating the electron. Therefore, de Broglie wavelength is equal to 12.27 divided by root V. What is V? V is called potential difference, which it is accelerated. Therefore, it becomes 12.27 divided by root 54. The final answer comes to be 0.165 nanometer. By doing the practical, the correct value is 0.167 nanometer. According to de Broglie formula, we are getting 0.165 nanometer. From these two, what we conclude, the de Broglie wavelength matches with the practical wavelength. The practical value and de Broglie wavelength both are same. Therefore, the Davison and Germer experiment proved that the de Broglie wavelength exists, or the matter waves are exist. Whenever the particle is moving, it is producing the wave. It is true. Therefore, de Broglie wavelength is true. It is confirmed by practical value. practical value and theoretical value is compared. This is about Davison and Germer experiment. They may ask in the examination that who discovered the wave nature of the electron? That is Davison and Germer. These two are the scientists who proved the wave nature of the electron or existence of the matter